I'm Josh Haynes. I live at 333 East Phillip Street. So, just two small things. One, I noticed going up the hill to out of aisle the other night that the gutter, it runs down the hill coming off the hill. And then
On the right going up?
Yes, and then it's pooling right here where the street sort of breaks off like this. There's another little neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's pooling real bad, and I guess it's going all the way up pooling because there's a lot of sticks and rocks out on the road going up the hill there. So I don't know, that needs addressed. So
It's there's an asphalt ditch in Ottawa Hill on the right going up, and it runs down to the corner of Greenway and Forest. I think that probably is. And it doesn't seem to be getting away from that intersection.
yeah, it pools pretty heavy right there in that little alcove the second thing that I want to speak about tonight was I got, as I do 3 times a week, a copy of today's paper. And I don't know how many of you have had a chance to read it, but there's a gentleman who wrote a letter to the editor, and he really ripped y'all a new one. I mean, he was on y'all like a monkey on a cupcake, because apparently, I'm going to just read a little bit to you, so please bear with me. It's really long, I don't want to read it all, but this man's name is Warren Lockridge. He lives at 310 East Prospect Street. He says there are 2 houses bordering his property that have been allowed to become grossly overgrown with weeds such as poison oak, Virginia creeper, poison sumac, and other types of weeds. They are to the extent they're invading his property. Apparently these are houses rented to Westvaco for their interns to stay at when they're in town. So he goes on and on and on. And so he finally says, I thought there was a city ordinance to keep property owners like this from letting their property be overtaken by weeds and trash. Maybe this ordinance is only enforced on certain people and not on lazy slumlords, which I thought was comical until I continued to read. When our city manager, Richard Douglas, first got here, he invited any citizen of Covington to call his office, email him, or write to him with any concerns or problems they had. And he would work to resolve these issues or situations. 3 weeks ago, I called his office and left a message for him to return my call. 2 weeks ago, I wrote him a letter explaining this weed overgrowth problem to him and asked him to take 20 to 30 minutes of his time to come see the problem firsthand. You guessed it, not even a simple phone call. If anybody wants help, don't count on our city officials or our city council to be there for you. They could care less about the citizens of Covington. They are too busy passing ordinances forbidding grass clippings in the street. How ignorant is that? What's next? Is an ordinance going to be passed in the fall that forbids the wind from blowing leaves off the trees into the streets? Which I'll take a moment to say something about that. I mean, I don't know Mr. Lockridge. That's right, Lockridge. But had he been someone on a motorcycle who had come through a turn and hit some grass and downed his motorcycle and mangled his leg, he may feel differently. When Mr. Lockridge's city utility bills start to go up because we're constantly having to pay people to clean out the gutter systems and the storm drains because people want to blow their grass in the street, he may feel a little differently. I would challenge that Mr. Lockridge's neighbors, if he doesn't think that's that big of a deal, when they mow their grass around him, to blow all their grass clippings into his yard, because then I think he would feel differently. But that being said, he goes on to say that our city council has no idea of what's going on in their districts. Why can't each member drive up and down every street in their district and take a camera with them? They would be surprised what they would find. He's lived in that house for 10.5 years. Not one time has a council person ever knocked on the door or dialed his phone number. How will they know what's going on in Covington if they don't look or listen? There's only one city official in Covington that truly cares about Covington citizens and works very hard to make Covington a better place to live. That person is Alan Dressler. Alan sees the potential that Covington has, and through his work, hard work with Parks and Recreation has done much to add beauty and venues to the city, attract more people. Covington has Covington than anyone else has. He will go out of his way to help any citizen who has a concern. Thank God that we are blessed to have someone at City Hall who loves our city and wants it to be better. Thank you, Alan. If this letter has offended anybody, so be it. Facts are facts and truth is truth. We live in one of the most beautiful areas in Virginia. When our city officials and governing body are going to wake up, look around, and work to upgrade our city to the standards of the surroundings instead of being an eyesore in the middle of these glorious mountains. So, sorry I had to get through all that, but I wanted to say this. God loved Alan Dressler. We should all be proud to be citizens of this city because of what he's done. But I don't want anyone who reads this to think for 1 second that he's the only person in this building that cares about this city. I've been coming to these meetings on a regular basis for about 3 years. And I've gotten to know quite a few of you, and Eric, who's not here. There are people who love this city and are actively trying to make a difference. And I'm not trying to brown nose or anything, but I've gotten to know Tommy kind of well, and there is no one I've ever seen who's on more committees or more boards or more programs trying to improve the life of this city and its citizens than he. Everybody here, I think, from BB to Jerome, who reports for the people who refuse to show up, everybody cares about this city. So, I don't know Mr. Lockridge personally, but Jerome, I hope you get this down to put in the paper, because I would like him to know that he is more than welcome to come to a meeting and witness what takes place here. And if he doesn't think things get done, he's welcome to ride down Highland Street and check out the corner of Cherry. Because the only thing on that lot at this point is U-Haul trucks that work, okay? No junk. If you mentioned the trailer lot where Rayon Drive turns into Edgemont, yes, the part right there in the turn that you face when you first come across the bridge still needs some work, but they have cleaned up the rest of that fence. They did pave that giant pothole. And these are just things that I've complained about very recently. And it's not just me. Things get done. And I just want people in the city to know that Mr. Lockridge's thoughts and comments are not a shared consensus, because a lot of us are proud of everything that you all are doing, and we're proud to be living in this city. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.